if you have some open content that's been released under the OGL and you're holding it, whatever it is, are you free to publish that under a different license?
That's a good question. You're certainly, I guess, look, this is going to be a kind of weird answer, but I guess you could, so long as it was also still made available under the terms of the OGL, right? One of the features of the OGL and of open licenses generally is that they're sort of viral, like they propagate through the system. So any piece of content which is released under the open game license has to remain under the open game license as it sort of works its way downstream through different pieces of content. So, to take a simple example, like if somebody creates a new monster or a new spell, let's say, and they release the spell, like the mechanics and the description of the spell under the open game license, that spell has to remain under the terms of the open game license perpetually. I suppose you could also sit there and say, like, so I've got this spell, which I'm using under the open game license. I'm putting it into my new supplement. It's still under the open game license. And by the way, I'm also licensing it under like a Creative Commons license or, the ORC or whatever. Like you could do that. It seems kind of counterproductive to me. It seems like it might be kind of muddying the waters in a way that isn't particularly helpful. But yeah, like as long as it's still protected by still, under the terms of the open game license, then I can't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to license it under other terms as well.
Okay, so what I'm getting at here is if we get the ORC, the ORC, and here's the terms of its license, Wotc may never say, here's the SRD license under the ORC. However, I have the ability to use the open game content under the SRD. So couldn't I just turn around and publish the SRD under the ORC? The open game content, be specific, the open game content licensed under the OGL from the SRD. Could I not just say, hey, here's my publication. It's that, and it's also under ORC now.
Yeah, as long as you've got that and there, right? Like it's under the open game license and it's under ORC. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't.
Well, that seems like if that happens, then that will probably instantly happen with the speed of the internet. Like if the ORC comes out, so instantly, then we would have somebody do that. Yeah. And then somebody would be using open game content from the SRD then under the ORC license.
Yeah. And sorry, I just so we're clear, like you're talking about a situation where somebody's licensing it under the 1.0 OGL.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I think that's right. Because who knows I don't know what the 1.1 or the 2.0 or whatever.
Yeah. No one knows.
No one knows. Right. So yeah, like assuming that we're talking about 1.0 OGL licensed content, then yes, I think you could do what you've described.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of people will be very happy to hear that.